Welcome back to No Car Garage. We're working on RC cars. What can I say? I just traded my Sakura D5 drift car and a Pandora S13 Sylvia body that I've had the body for probably close to 10 years. And I bought the D5 rear-wheel drive drift chassis during COVID 2020. I'll put a couple of pictures up right here. And I just traded it for this beast. So this is a RC everyday rat rod chassis. It's all metal, flat rail chassis. It's got the RC everyday. Come on, focus. Nope, not gonna focus. And the guy that I got it from had this sand scorcher body on it. It has a R4 trans. No? Yes? R4 single speed trans. It's got the RC Everyday grill with a Volkswagen emblem on the front, which I like. It's got a... I'm not sure if it's an RC four-wheel drive. It could just be a knockoff Yoda axle. It's got some semi shocks, front and rear. All the links have been made out of threaded rod, which is fine. Came with a whole bunch of brass. Pretty heavy duty, thick stuff too. Came with all the hardware for the wheels, because there's only like two in each. Well, two in the cover and then two in the wheels. Came with a spare motor and the motor mount for that to run the RC four-wheel drive motor. I don't know if this just slips off. Alright, so I think this is one of the like eBay $25 Johnnies. It's got two fans in it, and then the guy wrapped it in some of this like wire tape for automotive stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'm not really a big fan about how high it sits, so we might have to see if we can do something. Now, with all that said, I have a cab that I've been wanting to use. Let me see if I can find it. So I made this chassis rail. I have two of them. I used to use just some square stock, and then I'd cut it all up. Oh, it's stuck to the motor. I'd cut it all up, bend it, weld it, tack it back together. Then I have this old axial Betty truck cab that I just put a piece of like cardboard on the front, and we are going to see what this would look like. This is what I've had in mind. So I just trimmed, well, let's look at it this way. Just trimmed the cardboard, my little mock-up paper. I will put a piece of I have some like roof tin flashing, real thin metal. I'll put that, and then we could like make little tabs that kind of go in and, you know, glue it or maybe rivet it, maybe some like scale hardware, put it in. The other thing is that all the hardware was very loose, so I do have some of these little scale hardware. Yeah, great job focusing. But I don't think that it's 3mm. Ugh. No, it's going to be the wrong size. Let's see. I didn't realize that I still had the AC running, so I don't know what that last stuff sounded like. We do have... I definitely want to get some scale M3 hardware for this, because that would be sick. I can safely say that while I'm not a huge fan of that beetle body, just because I don't like how the back of the chassis came through the window, but I am a huge fan of this scale detail here. Using the soda bottle as a overflow for the radiator. It does have a scale radiator behind it. Actually, yeah, I guess it's pretty scale. I also, I don't know if we should zoom you back out. I also have a cheapo eBay steering servo in there, which I'm gonna have to find a servo horn for. Haha, found it. Servo horn and the little screw for inside of it. So now, to drive this thing, if we want to, all we have to do is make up a tiny little steering link that'll go from here to the wheel. Figure out why there's no bearings in the wheels. And put in a speed controller and a receiver. Receiver? I got a speed controller. Alright, so that was about 5 seconds later. We got it synced up as rat. Not sure why. Just kidding, I know why. Let's see if this catches on fire, or if it works, because no one knows. Okay, steering works. I would say that there's no pinion on the motor. Alright, well, let's see if the fans on the motor work at least. Positive in the middle. I hear them. Well, they're spinning. I don't know if it's enough to actually make air move, but they're spinning. Alright, I guess we're going to pull that motor off. Alright, so I've tried to put on one of the smaller pinions I have. Let's see what happens. I don't like that mesh sound, but it does move pretty good. Nice and slow. That'll get us in trouble. I feel like I'm watching a video of RC every day, minus the mess. So, we got the steering hooked up with my crappy little $5 servo, and an old steering link from a who made that? Venom Creeper, the comp rig from like 2009, and you can see we got a lot of play. Now it does steer, but like I said, lots of play. Let's just move some of this stuff out of the way so we can set it on the ground. Okay, so we have all the weight down on the ground. Well, that's not gonna work. How do we keep that from moving? I'm gonna have to go back and check what Josh did on his builds. But for right now, this is where we're gonna end it. And I am gonna take it to work tomorrow. So I guess I'll just put the beetle body back on and clean up all the wiring. So I'll get a run video tomorrow in the parking lot. Well, it works. That'll do it. Okay, so I've had this whatever laying around for quite a few years now. I don't remember much info about it. It's made in HK, Hong Kong. Okay, perfect. So it was corded, so it had a cord to it. I imagine it's just some kind of, tea bucket kind of car. Used to be able to press a button on the remote that would make smoke come out of the side pipes. But I just took the screws out. And what I'm thinking is, bear with me here. I'm thinking we're going to move this. What does this do? Ooh, what if we could get the smoke to work? Anyway, we'll move that off the side. So what I'm thinking here is we're going to... Ooh, what if we don't hack that apart? So I'm going to cut the front of this radiator off. And, oh, look at that little emblem. We can put that on the... Yep, we're keeping that too. It's just plastic welded in the inside. So we'll keep all this janky wiring. That just goes to these tail lights, headlights. It'd be cool to have some kind of headlights on this rig. But we can't keep that because the radiator on the rat rod is way cooler. So I think this engine looks a little bit more to scale. It's huge. Side pipes are also huge. So I'm going to cut this off. Well, I'm going to cut this off and we'll see where we're at. Alright, so does this look better with it close up against the trans, or back here? No, that doesn't look right. And then this could be up here. I broke this one off, but we could just glue it back on. I don't like that, right? Doesn't look good. Or where's the V8? Or we use this. I just think that looks too small. And I mean, we could trim this to come up farther. We also have a ton of wiring right here that's impeding us. Does the closer that we get it to the engine to make the trans and engine gap look good, but then what about that? I think if I were to come up with a plan, I would like to do bedsides. So we do like bedsides here, And then that would work out in the aspect for, we could mount our battery in there. Okay, right, we mount the battery. We'd have to figure out how we're gonna hide the wires. So we could mount the battery here. That might work. These wires are not being very cooperative. I do like... Broke it. I do like the body. The body looks good. From here forward. It's the truck bed part I gotta figure out. Because even if we do a little bit more trimming, even if we put that there, that doesn't really look appropriate. That's what was there on the truck bed. It just doesn't look right. And then we have this little taillight section. Ooh, it doesn't reach. But I think it'd be cool to use, it says hot rod. I think it'd be cool to use that top part. Oh, you can't see it. I think it'd be cool to use the top part of this. It says hot rod, little license plate, tail lights, and we just mount that to the back. Not quite sure how that would happen. This is just one of the things we could do. It could be this. It could be this. Or it could be this. Well, that's all for this video. This is stuff I've had kind of sitting in my phone for a couple weeks now. And we were at the beach last week, so I didn't do nothing. So this is just stuff I had kind of kicking around in the files. I did get that hot rod chassis. And I've been kind of tinkering around with it. I'm still just undecided on which body I want to use. I do kind of like the Beetle body just because it is very wide. And it fits really good, but it needs some kind of, like, I have to do like an interior and finish a lot of things. I just don't like how the rear of that frame goes through that window. Maybe if I like build a window so it can be blocked off a little bit, but it just looks silly. So, yeah, I did take a RC car down to the beach, slash with the Megalodon, the Proline Megalodon body on it, paddle tires. Thing did great. I have 0 running footage of it. Maybe I'll put a picture of it in next week's video. But other than that, thanks for hanging along. Another video in the books for every video, or a video, what? A video every week of 2025. I think we missed 3 in the beginning of the year, or 2 in the beginning of the year. Maybe we'll just try to make them up as we go with adding in some extra videos. I do plan on getting on the Savage again. I say this every time. And I'm going to start the floors on the Jeep because we have an off-road trip planned September 20th at off-road Anthracite Off-Road Adventure Area, AOAA. So, we'll see what next week brings. Who knows? Bye.